All right, feeling rattled. This is now almost 11 o'clock West Coast time. I had an internet failure despite the fact that I'm paying for high-speed internet plus a redundant cell backup. It takes about sometimes 2 to 3 minutes for the cell network to kick in, and rhythmic control application disconnects after several reconnects, which happened this morning. And the Ninja Trader, of course, disconnected. So I ended up tethering from my phone as well. And then I got filled on a stop. I had a stop entry on the Russell, and I got filled right around here, and I got slipped for 10 full pips right away, ticks, basically $100+ instantly. And so I knew I was having data feed problems or internet problems, and that rattles my cage. Despite of the fact that I was up a little bit on the day, I didn't really feel good about what was happening. I did feel good about where the trade was. I was expecting for the trade to stall before it went into this area. So I went full hog on the Russell and scalped the full 10 lots on that thing. 9, I think, possibly, maybe not 10, 9 or 10. Didn't get a lot, got a few ticks out of it, which is what scalping is to me. 4, 5, 6, 7 ticks is all I got. And that bumped up my P&L to $392 on the day minus commissions, which I think are, what are they? Commissions are like $50 or something. So even though my win rate this morning is 86%, I am scalping, and I felt really rattled by the internet problems. Not sure where that 10 tick slippage came from, and I switched back to trading micros. Again, I had a buy stop here before, which I disabled and entered on a sell, which of course I'm taking a little bit of heat, but this is 1 micro, so this is what I do. I try really hard not to make it around the money, about the money. It's about the trades themselves, even though of course we get into this business for making money. That's the primary reason. But the moment you make it about money, you're dead in the water. You're done, because the market is very efficient at separating fools from their money. So it's very important to understand that once I'm in a trade, for me, once I'm in a trade, it is about trading the strategy, trading the order flow, and all of its minutiae and complexities, which is always part of the course, divergencies, weird things which happen. Now, if I still want to interact with the price and I want to pay attention, being in a live trade is what makes me pay attention. If I'm a little rattled and a little off my kilter, despite the fact that I'm in a green for whatever it is, $330 this morning, I'll go in with a micro. I'll go with 2 micros. If the trade starts working, I will add. If it's really working, I will add 5 more, or 10 more, 20 more. So that's all good. Now, if I get stopped out here from where I am right now, if the price goes all the way back in a big spike before I can get out, or I get another internet failure, I'll get taken for $76 because it's 1 micro. And that would bring my total P&L on the day to roughly around $250 net. And that'll be the end of that. I don't think I'll keep on trying to push the string against the needle. If this trade works, great. I'll close it with some money. If it doesn't, so be it. I know where my stop is. I can relax and pay attention and get curious about what Russell is doing, which is, again, back into this area of high agreement. Could not make it back, which is very bullish. So Russell is showing some strength. ES is, even though it's a crunched up chart, is kind of doing something similar but much cleaner. Very, very nice. Again, heading back down. Okay, well, I don't want to start trading too many different things because it gets confusing for me. And NAS is doing exactly the same thing, more or less, as the rest of them. Trying to hold this key level. I'll have to check it out later. After the market is closed, I'll find out what's the big deal about this level. Why is it holding? Because that'll be something to note in the following day. This one also held, but is heading back. ES, that is. Russell is done the same thing, trying to decide what it's going to do. And finally, my old darling, the YM. Again, I'm not trading YM here. I am trading MYM. I've got 1 micro on the go. I'm only willing to give up $75, and I'm up enough on the day to make it worth my while to a point. Again, if I make it about money, then of course, hey, $200, why bother doing it? But think about it for a second. If you could be consistently up $200-$250 every day, that could be $5 a month. That's not so bad. I mean, it's not so bad for trading a small account. It really isn't. Is it $1 million? No, it's not $1 million. But is it 10 grand a day? No, of course it's not. We're talking about managing a very tight risk management strategy. Extremely tight, because if I lose 2.5 grand, I'm out. I'm done. Then I have to buy a reset or start over again, right? This is notionally what Apex called $50,000 account. You're only allowed to blow up 2.5 grand. Now, for $250,000 account, the drawdown is considerably bigger, which is what I like. I actually like, then I would feel a lot more comfortable trading it with $800 stops. Now, I still wouldn't trade 25, 27 lots. I think that's madness. I'd still trade maybe up to 10 lots. But then you have the luxury of the kind of drawdowns which I do occasionally generate after a series of losing days, let's say. Even taking stopping the trading process after maybe $400 or $500 down on a day, I could still have 6 or 7 losing days in a row. It does happen, and that could be anything. Me being off kilter, the market being off kilter, internet breaking twice, and that sets me off, and then something else happens. Basically, the house is on fire. Once I'm rattled, the house is on fire. So the two things to do is figure out if it's real fire or just smoke, or get the hell out. And that's what I tend to do. So that is what I mean when I say it's a mental game. It is a mental game about presence, about being present to what the hell is going on in my noggin, and then observing the market in as impartial mode as possible. Once I get my own emotions, my own rattled cage out of the way, I can start paying attention to what the order flow is doing. And now I can see it's stuck in a range. So, hey, whatever. Let's roll with it and see what happens. When the day is done, I'll report on what actually happened. And if I choose to close the trade sooner and call it the day, I will also report before the end of the session. And then we can look at some longer term pattern trades on other things which are really attractive right now.